Well, West Virginia Mountaineers just unveiled some sweet jerseys for the week one matchup against Robert Morris. Ohio looks like a tough out, and I'm giving away some tickets. Stick around.
You are Locked On West Virginia, your daily podcast on the West Virginia Mountaineers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, guys? Welcome back in. My name is Mountaineer Paul. I am your host. This is Locked On West Virginia, baby. We're talking about the Mountaineers again tonight. I appreciate your time, as always. Going to be brought to you by Game Time. Right now, with Game Time, guys, it's very simple. Create an account and use code Locked On College for 50% off your first purchase. And thanks for making Locked On West Virginia your first listen and for being a part of the Locked On Podcast Network. We talk about your team, the Mountaineers, every single day. Guys, I appreciate y'all so much for being here this late night Paul After Dark segment. We're not going to be long tonight. We're just going to have a couple thoughts on some things. We're going to give away some tickets in the second segment, and that'll be that. So if you didn't know, now you know, though, by the way, the Mountaineers unveiled some jerseys tonight, which I want to show you guys right here on X. So if you didn't know, here they are. So we'll share the screen with you really quick, and we'll have a good time here. Sweet, man. This is Rasheed Marshall. Now, he does have some leg pads in. So nice jerseys, man. It's definitely an old school feel again. It's nice to have these back, man. It's nice to have these back. Hello, Pokemon Kid Entertainment. Thank you for your comment yesterday, by the way. Your dad, I'm sorry about everything with your dad and him, everything that happened there. That makes me sad. Nelson Tunnel was a good guy. He was a very loyal listener. So thank you so much for being here again. And I appreciate your support. I can't imagine what you're going through, especially as a younger kid. But we've got a community here that's here for you if you need anything. I don't know anything about Pat McAfee trying to get West Virginia to the SEC. I have not heard anything about that. Hey, Anakin Skywalker. No, I won't be going to the first game. I'll be going to probably the Pitt game, the Colorado game, and some other games, but I won't be going to Robert Morris this season. I'm just still financially recovering from that Utah trip, and it cost me a couple grand to do that. So just being honest. So it was worth it. I enjoyed it. I hadn't been on a vacation in a long time. But a lot of the money I kind of had saved up, went towards that. Even though they paid for it and a lot of different things, I did extra stuff, So, anyways, these bring me back, man. These are a little bit different vibe than what we wore with Pat and them. It seems like these are a little bit, just a touch darker. Maybe it's just the lighting here in the stadium. But if you look at the all gold Pat uniforms, let's look at the Louisville 2006 game. Let me make sure. I think that one was, let's see. Well, maybe it was 05. I can't remember. I'll have to think about it. Maybe I'm wrong. Hold on. The all gold unis. All right. So, I don't know. I guess they're probably about the same color. Yeah, it just seems like I don't know why. I guess it's just the way here, I'll pull up a separate deal, but so for those of you listening on podcast, basically I was looking at, didn't mean to click on it. But this jersey here with Pat White, the Sugar Bowl jersey they wore. It's just a different vibe, you know. Not saying it's nicer necessarily, but don't these look a little bit lighter than the ones in the video? Like these just look a touch lighter. Um, but I mean, I could be wrong for sure. Let's see. These are now or closer to now. It just seems like they're just a bit lighter. Maybe it was the cameras back then. I'm not really sure. It's not too noticeable though, but yeah, I mean this is home, right? You got the blue glossies, you got the gold jerseys, the whole nine, man. That's exactly what we're looking for. Can't be more excited for this game, y'all. All right. This is a pretty easy segment to do. Obviously, we got a lot more to get to. So what we're going to talk about next is we're going to talk about Ohio a little bit and how they look tonight. They should have beat in my opinion. Rutgers got bailed out with a late penalty. They were going to be pressed into fourth down, way backed up, and something happened. They were given a first down. I can't remember what it was, but they were able to kind of get down there and run the clock out. But they won by 3 points, 31-34. Ohio's defense held them to 3 points basically the whole second half and almost came back and won that game. Parker Navarro would be one of the best quarterbacks in the Big 12, and the Big 12 was loaded with quarterbacks. I was so impressed with him. I've seen him before, but good God, man, did he play his butt off tonight. So we've got our hands full with Ohio, but we'll talk about that next. And we're also going to be giving away tickets to Robert Morris. So if you're entered in that, get ready. We'll be right back. And this episode of Locked On West Virginia going to be brought to you by Upside, guys. We're talking about Upside on this one for multiple reasons. But did you know, Locked On West Virginia fans, if you're still paying full price for gas, stop leaving money behind. Get real cash behind every time you fill up the free gas tanks. Upside is the app you need for that. Simply download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play right now and start earning cash at the pump today. Use my limited time promo code FOOTBALL and get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. You can use up to $300. You can make up to $300 a year just by buying the gas you already need. At first, I thought it was too good to be true, but it's totally legit. Real people are getting paid just to make their daily commutes, and you can too. Plus, you can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Don't let this offer drive on by. Download the free Upside app today now by using my limited time promo code FOOTBALL for a limited time 25 cent per gallon bonus. That's promo code FOOTBALL. Offers vary by user and location, so go to Upside today for terms and conditions. And of course, we can't always go anywhere until we talk about our friends over at Supply House. Supply House is one of those plays, man. The whistle blows on a new repair. You got your crew moving forward with Supply House today. Order today and see parts on your doorstep tomorrow. Over 280,000 plumbing, HVAC, and electrical items for the most trusted brands in the business. Their real-time inventory and honest lead times keep you from punting on projects, while the industry-leading customer service always has your blind side covered. If you need parts for a project and you need them fast, Supply House has next-day delivery. Talk about a game changer. Join the free Trade Master program today and score serious perks like priority shipping, lower prices, and a dedicated support line. Visit supplyhouse.com today to sign up for your free deal and use the promo code SCH or SHC OLLEGE 5 for 5% off your first order. That's Supply House College 5 for your first order. SHCOLLEGE 5. That's supplyhouse.com. Real people, real service. And it's segment 2. Let's crack open a brand new dew. Well, it's kind of brand new. It's almost brand new. All right. So I'll give you my thoughts on the Ohio game, then we'll do this giveaway. All right. Ohio looked like a really good offensive football team today, and they really adjusted well and played better defense in the second half. I don't think Rutgers is anything special offensively. Um, you know, I don't think they have the dynamic receivers we're going to have. I really don't. They've got big receivers. They've got a couple good running backs. They've got a good quarterback. And I would consider him an average Big Ten quarterback, not great. Anything, like I feel like Rutgers quarterback is about what they've always had, like one of those just kind of statue in the pocket. I mean, he can move around a little bit, but like he's not Pat White or he's not even, Nico Marchiol. And then you look on the other sideline and you see a guy like Parker Navarro, who's at Ohio. Why somebody didn't offer him $2 million? This kid is worth $2 million. He's that good. He would be, if he was on West Virginia, I would say, listen, I think he's got a chance to be the best quarterback in the Big 12. That's how good he is. I was shocked. Like, I remember watching him at Ohio a couple times, but man, he balled out tonight. And it's not just running around. Like, he's a fast dude. He's at least Garrett Green fast. And then on top of that, he's got an elite arm. I mean, he made throw after throw after throw. They dropped balls. Like, he should have had another couple hundred yards throwing the ball around, guys. He's going to be an animal at home against us. I do not look forward to seeing us play against him. Now, maybe we bottle him up. I mean, I do think there's a route to it. It's just he's so damn fast that he can get outside the tackle box so fast. He's going to be really tough to contain. Our linebackers aren't exactly speed demons, but our safeties, corners, and our nickels are. So I think we should be able to keep him contained. Also, Rutgers, didn't come across like an elite defense either. But I mean, if you look at this kid's stat line for tonight, let's pull it up really quick. I got to be honest, man. I can't believe somebody couldn't pull this kid away from Ohio. It's shocking to me. There's no way he should be in the group of five. There's no way. They must have offered him. He must have turned down money to stay in Ohio. He must love it there. I mean, they've got a really good team coming back. There's no reason, and they'll probably win the MAC. They'll be right there to win it. They were that impressive offensively. There's no way. And in the MAC, that defense right there will be good. So, they're dangerous. We're not going to have an easy out in week 2 at all. There's no guarantee at all we beat them in week 2. Like, I am scared to death of this game now. After seeing that kid play, like, that's how good he is. And I'm not trying to freak you out. And they've got a number 1 receiver that's Power 5 ready in Hendricks. They've got a couple really good running backs. Their offensive line protected well. Now, I want to see them pass protect against our guys. I don't know what that's going to look like. I'm going to have a fun time breaking this game down next week because there's a lot to get into. I got to watch back to the Rutgers. I got to watch more of this Rutgers footage. But, yeah, Navarro was 21 of 31 for 240 yards and 3 touchdowns. He had another 100 yards on the ground rushing and 9 carries. So he averaged almost 10 yards a carry rushing in the touchdown. Chase Hendricks had 9 catches for 115 yards. Outside of that, nobody else had anything. So, you could – and the thing is they move him around everywhere. So it's like he's not going to be lined up against Michael Coates every play. They'll probably try to avoid that because Coates, I think, can lock this guy down. But they move him around in the backfield. They've got him in the slot. They've got him at tight end area. Like, they do everything with Hendricks, and he's a good player. So he's a matchup nightmare, but he's really their only great receiver that I saw. And Rutgers just didn't look very good. But maybe Ohio's just really good. So it's one of the two. If you look what Rutgers was able to do in the first half, I mean, first of all, Rutgers quarterback had a great game, statistically 18 of 23, 252 yards, 2 touchdowns. So Ohio can be had through the air. They can also be had on the ground. Rutgers had right around 180, 200 yards rushing on them. So they can definitely be had on both areas. But I don't know if we're as good as Rutgers is on offense or not. We have to still see, right? I mean, I think Rich Rod's scheme is better than what they run at Rutgers for sure. For sure. Like our scheme is better than their scheme. But do we have better players? I don't know. I mean, I think we have better receivers. I think we got better quarterbacks. I think we have better running backs. I don't know if we have better offensive line, and we better have because, you know, Rutgers got shut down in the second half. Just call it what it is. Ohio figured them out. Now, Rutgers was slowed the game down and were trying to milk it. They almost lost this game by doing that. They should have just kept the pressure on, and they would have probably won by 10 points. But that quarterback makes them go for sure. Without him, they're an average MAC team. With him, they're one of the best teams in the MAC. That's how good this kid Parker Navarro is. If you put him in a West Virginia uniform, I'm telling you right now, I had 2 or 3 wins to our total. Like that's how impressed I was with him. And I got to look more at it, but I think he's got an NFL arm. I know he's got NFL mobility. I mean, he was very impressive. So, yeah, I do. I think they're a dangerous team. So we're going to have to keep our eyes peeled. Focus on Robert Morris first. Hopefully we get some things figured out. We're going to have a big test in week 2. And the thing about it is Pat McAfee literally said today, and you guys got to figure it out week 1 and week 2. Pitt's got to figure it out week 1 and week 2. And then we meet in the brawl. We cannot have a letdown game against Ohio and go to the brawl. God, it's such a West Virginia thing, like to be in this spot. But anyway, it could be worse. We could have Penn State or something week 2. At least we've got Ohio, I guess. At least we got a shot here. Even in year 1. If it's year 2 or year 3, a team like that wouldn't bother me. But in year 1, I just don't know what we have. I think I know what we have. I think we've got a good defense. I've said this to you guys multiple times now. I think the defense is ahead of the offense. I think our offense is going to stall a little bit against them. We might even go 3 and out a few times until we get things rolling. But I think our defense will keep us in the game. Maybe I think I can see a situation where Ohio maybe moves it within the 20s, and we keep holding them to 3. And then eventually we're going to wear them down, and I think that's probably how we'll win the game. But I got a lot to think about this week. I'm scared to death of this Ohio team. I'm not going to lie. All right, let's do this giveaway. I'm excited about this, y'all. I mean, a few of you guys reached out, and I've added some people to it that are channel regulars that have been signed up here for a long time. I didn't add moderators, people like that it might be obvious that they, could have it in an edge or something. So no offense to the moderators, but all right. Random wheel of names. Here we go. And we might have to roll it a couple times. It's in alphabetical order. So let's shuffle, 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 and let's go. Caleb Lee at WVU Caleb L. There you go, man. You are the winner. Make sure you reach back out to me over on X, and we'll absolutely make sure that you get what you need, man. Congratulations, Caleb Lee. If he doesn't reach out by tomorrow, I'll do another drawing tomorrow. So Caleb Lee, make sure you reach back out. I remember the message I got from you earlier, so I'll hit him up. But yeah, that's cool, man. I want to make sure to thank, who was it? I know their name, but I don't remember what their profile name is, and I don't want to dox them. Concerned, yeah, at West Virginia Info, at WVU Info on X. Concerned, Uh, that is who gave me the tickets, y'all. So thank them. They absolutely were the ones that gave me the tickets so that I could do the giveaway. So I can't thank you all enough for that. And good luck to Caleb. Hopefully he's watching this, or maybe he watches it after the fact. It's late, so I probably should have done the giveaway earlier. What I'll do is I'll probably, because I do 2 videos a day, you guys know this. I'll do a video early tomorrow as well and announce the winner again. And then if he doesn't, I'll do another video. Or what's the best way to handle it? Well, if he doesn't reach out to me tomorrow by the first video, maybe I should do another draw at the first video. That way we have time to give it to somebody, because tomorrow is Friday, you know. I mean, we got to get it transferred over to somebody. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right, let's go to break. We'll come right back and I'll give you my final thoughts on everything. Like, I have some matchups I want to talk about for the game that I think are going to be really important. We'll be right back. And this episode of Locked On West Virginia is going to be brought to you by Game Time. We're talking about Game Time always because we love Game Time, don't we? College football's back, and I couldn't be more excited. Tailgates, rivalries, energy in the stands. There's nothing quite like it, but let's be real. Actually getting tickets can feel a lot more of a battle than the game itself. Endless queues, hidden fees, prices jumping at checkout. That's why I use Game Time, the app that gives the advantage back to the fans. It's the easiest way to score last-minute tickets at best prices with no surprise fees at checkout. What you see is what you pay. I pulled up a Game Time in just a couple taps, saw amazing deals, and I'm talking about West Virginia games for as low as $25, right? So I love that the app is really easy to navigate. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets today with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. The terms are going to apply here, but again, that's promo code LOCKEDONCOLLEGE for $20 off today. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download Game Time today. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download Game Time today and ask yourself the question of all questions. What time is it? It's game time. All right, guys. We have an important question and answer for you, hopefully. We have an important request. Locked On wants to hear from you. We put together a survey to learn more about our listeners and make your favorite podcast even better. This is your chance to tell us what you like and what you don't, and even answer questions about our advertising. So go to lockedonpodcast.com/survey to get started. And everyone who completes the survey will be entered to a chance to win one of 10 $100 Amazon gift cards. Again, that's lockedonpodcast.com/survey, where you can also find the link in the show notes. Appreciate you guys so much for helping out. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining in on this episode of Locked On West Virginia. Ohio University, man, a team to be reckoned with. Absolutely. Some matchups I want to talk about for that game. I know we got Robert Morris, but I don't know enough about Robert Morris to talk about matchups. And so, we just watched them to play. We'll know a little more about Robert Morris after the fact, but I don't know what one player looks like except for our receiver that transferred there. So, I find the Ohio game really intriguing. I didn't know if I was going to be excited about it or not. But man, am I ever. And for a lot of reasons, obviously. I think a couple early keys for the game to watch are this. Is West Virginia going to play man coverage, or are they going to play zone coverage in this game? Probably going to play some man. Do you get Hendricks matched up on linebacker? Like, are they going to match Hendricks up on some of our linebackers in mismatch situations? Because like a Hendricks Carrico situation would be a nightmare for us, which is what they did to Rutgers a few times tonight. They got him matched up on different players. They were using rub concepts. Now that this is on tape, though, Zach Alley's going to go to work. Ohio had to put a lot out there on tape tonight because they wanted to beat Rutgers. Are you kidding me? It's a Power 5 team on the road that's probably paying you to be there. You damn skippy, they want to win that game. So they put out some real stuff on tape tonight. So Zach Alley's going to actually get to go to work. West Virginia doesn't have to show anything against Robert Morris, right? Just be vanilla. And that's going to be good. So we should be able to get out of this one, especially on defense. Offensively, Rich Rodriguez, what he does has been around forever. Like, there's no secret what he's going to do. People are going to know that. But Zach Alley, he specifically caters his plan to his opponent weekly. It's a weekly deal. So, as where Jordan Leslie was like, this is what we do, and we adjust to what they do, but like, this is what we do. Well, what we do at West Virginia could be a 3 down front, or it could be a 4 down front. We're multiple, so we can do different things, and you're not going to know what you're going to see till you get it. And so you got to prepare for all of it, or else you're going to be unprepared. So that's what makes Zach Alley tough to prepare for. A guy like Navarro, unfortunately, has seen everything. There's nothing we can throw at him that he hasn't seen, but he's probably never seen the chaos of a Zach Alley type defense that I would know about. They did play Jacksonville State in the bowl game. Was it last year? I think. Did Ohio and Jacksonville State play last year in the bowl game? I thought I heard him say that on the broadcast, and I was thinking, like, man, I should have known that. Let's see. Ohio U versus Jax State football. Let's see when it happened. Okay, so that was a 30-27 game last year. So Rich Rod literally lost to this team last year. What did Parker Navarro do last year in that game? He went 19 for 28 for 254 yards and a touchdown, and he had 15 carries for 111 yards and 3 touchdowns. Tyler Hupp had 364 yards through the air in that game. Holy crap. This right here is good stuff, guys, because take what Jacksonville State did last year. It's going to be a very similar game plan, most likely, offensively, versus Ohio this year. And they bottled up that Ohio run game, or that Jack State run game last year, to the tune of 14 carries for 34 yards. But guess who went absolutely bonkers in this game? Cam Vaughn against Ohio last year, 9 catches, 183 yards, and a tutty. Cam Vaughn's the key to the game this coming game, guys. That's just a fact. That's right. Rich Rod didn't coach the bowl game, but it's going to be a similar deal, right, Jeff? I mean, it's going to be a similar kind of deal. I mean, they're similar squads, basically it was Rich Rod's offense, even though he wasn't there. He wasn't calling the plays, but what I'm saying is Ohio had to prepare for Rich Rod's offense, though. Like, it wasn't like they changed offenses. So it wasn't Rich Rod calling the plays, but, they were able to bottle him up either way. Like, looks like Trey Stewart had 14 carries for 34 yards. Parker Navarro, 111 yards, man, on the ground, and 250 through the air in that game. God, he's just a killer, isn't he? I guarantee you Rich Rod reached out to him in the offseason. Oh, gosh. I'll have my West Virginia hat on here come Saturday for sure, brother. Well, I think so. Matchup-wise, obviously, Cam Vaughn obviously is going to be a huge matchup in this game against Ohio. Obviously, Jaheim White versus their defense is going to be something to watch, since Trey Stewart had a hard time. Can Jaheim White get loose, or would it be a Ty Edwards possibly? Or will it be a Sincere Bowers maybe breaks one off? Would love to see that. I would probably have a heart attack if Sincere Bowers breaks out in game 1. I might just shoot up to the moon because I want it to happen so bad. But rooting for Sincere, obviously. And then you look at on the defensive side, 2 things really. Can you get Jamori Robinson back for the game? It's a game changer. It's a life changer if you get him back for that game. Jamori Robinson can't be blocked, especially by an Ohio team. So you're going to get constant pressure on Parker Navarro. And if you don't, it's because they're double teaming him or putting help over there, which leaves your other guys one-on-one. Your Devin Grants of the world, right? Your, Marshawn Oxley's, you name it, your Keenan X, you've got, a bunch of dudes that could go one-on-one as a result of that. So a lot to look at for that game. And then obviously Michael Coates versus Hendricks, or maybe it's Fred Perry versus Hendricks, whoever guards the receiver, number 7, who was just absolutely torched Rutgers today, is another big one to watch for. The Ohio run defense versus the West Virginia offensive line, I'm going to be fascinated to see. I think we'll have a good idea after that game where their offensive line is going to work early season or not, because we watched Rutgers pretty well dominate them in the first half. They made some adjustments, and Rutgers was trying to hold the ball, take the air out of it. So really, they stopped their own momentum in the second half for a lot of the reasons. And Ohio kind of made some plays too. It was a mixture of things. But can West Virginia just pound the rock when they want to? That's going to be an interesting thing to find out. They're going to be able to do it against Robert Morris. They better be able to do it against Robert Morris. If we struggle to run the ball against Robert Morris, then we got real issues. Because all I can hear from camp is we struggled in short yard situations, right? That's what people told me inside the building, and that's what we heard Rich Rod say openly once. So that team struggled in short yardage. So what does that mean, man? Like, are we going to struggle? I hope not. So those are a few matchups I just want you to be cognizant of as we go into week 2 after Saturday. Obviously, we got to get through Saturday first, and that's going to be a fun game to break down. We'll be back tomorrow to talk more about the game before the game. There's so many different things to look at. So we'll probably get into our final breakdowns of the game tomorrow before heading into Saturday, and it's going to be a great time. Thanks for making Locked On West Virginia your first listen, guys. Before we let you get out of here, do a couple things for me. Like the video, subscribe if you're new around here. There's a Discord link that's usually floating around in the chat. If you want to be a part of the Discord, absolutely jump in there and do that as well. And then Fire TV, right? It's another big moment for Locked On college football fans. Locked On TV and Fire TV present college football's kickoff, your ultimate college football weekly preview. Drake Toll of Locked On Big 12 leads the conversation along 2-time AP Coach of the Year, Gary Patterson, college football star Jesse Holley, and Locked On's local experts. That's me. A college football preview only Locked On can do. Catch college football kickoff on every Thursday throughout the season, only on Fire TV. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. Like I said, again, I've said it 3 or 4 times tonight, I know. When it comes to getting out, sometimes my outros need to get a little better. Discord link is in the chat above. Raven just put it in there. Thank you, Raven. If you want to join the Discord and just have a community of people to talk to, there's not a lot of negativity in there. People get along. Make sure you do so. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night.